use, the creatives and the strategists in creative agencies who disrespect that have become dinosaurs.
Perfect. And with creativity and the importance of context, how does that fit with the ethos and psyche of being social first, and why social first?
So the first part of your question is for everything. No matter what you do, if you're trying to convey a message, that is part of it. Whether you were writing a book right after the printing press was invented, or whether a new social network starts tomorrow and I'm trying to figure out how to make it work there. The reason it's different now in a social first environment is it now is the primary device and distribution center. These 7 or 8 platforms, LinkedIn, YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, they have a staggering amount of the consumer's attention. And the way that works is different than television. Television worked where if you and I started an agency together in 1984, and we wanted to be the best creative agency of all time, we knew we had to write scripts for a 30-second video that would come in after people were watching a show, and we needed to win in that. Today, it is social, and here's the difference. You and I as a creative agency, we could rely on him and her to spend media dollars to make sure it showed up there. Today, when we make creative organic first, we have to be at the merit of actually making creative that matters. And oftentimes, we don't have the ability to have the media hide our bad idea. And even more importantly, when we do, because that happens all the time, you can waste $10 million on social like that. Make 4 pieces of content that you're guessing and spend $8 million amplifying it. But you can see that it's bad. And on television, you couldn't. And on billboards, you couldn't. And on newspapers, you could see it a year later to measure the business results, but it was all mucky and hard, and that's why we have MMMs and all these things in our industry. But that's why this distribution, and I will tell you a secret, that's why so many people don't want this distribution to win. It's too merit-based.
Yeah, you can't hide from the numbers.
You can't hide from and it's so fascinating. You can't hide from the truth of did humans like it? It scares the living shit out of creatives in our industry.
I think creativity for so long has been subjective, but the problem is with social as a platform, it's no longer strictly subjective. It is objective. You're getting the numbers, you're getting the data.
And I would argue that everybody who loves creativity should be thrilled. Once they get over the hump of they can't disguise through the gift of gab, I say this all the time to my contemporaries, I'm like, I would have loved the 60s. Me? With my gift of gab? Over a cocktail in the middle of the day? I'd have the biggest agent. I would make Don Draper look like crap. Once you get over that it's not that anymore, a funny thing happens. You actually get more creative. Do you know how many creatives are frustrated by their account people change it, the client changes it, when they give it to a production company, they don't make exactly what they thought, then you get a fancy director who makes commercials and they add their two, and by the end time it comes out, it's not theirs. I actually encourage creatives to get over the fear and realize this is the golden era of creativity. It really genuinely is. Some of the stuff that we're doing at Vayner